Welcome back to my madness. My name's Hillary, and this week we're gonna take a quick look at the cats that I've had throughout my life. I'm sorry if you're a dog person. You'll just have to wait till next week. I can't make everybody happy. I try. I really try, though. So we're gonna take a look at all the cats that I've owned, and I'll give a brief summary about their life, and let's just jump right into it. My first cat we got in 1990. I wasn't even a year old yet. We kept her at the farm where we kept our horse at the time, and I'll have to get into that in a different video because I don't want to spoil all that story. So we got her and we kept her at the farm, and then in 1992 my mom got tinsel for me for Christmas, and she was a Persian. She was a beautiful white cat. Unfortunately, she wasn't very nice, probably because I was 2, and I probably tormented her unknowingly with my love. But unfortunately, in 1994, my mom found her mysteriously dead in our backyard. She had gotten out, and she just curled up into a ball, and she didn't make it. I don't know what happened, and my mom doesn't know what happened either. In 1993, we brought her, Karen from the farm to our new place out in the country where she became a barn cat there. And she had kittens, and we kept 2 of them. One's name was Smokey. He was gray. And the other one was Simon. He was Siamese coloring. I'm very original with names in my young childhood. Unfortunately, Simon had to be put down pretty early. We couldn't really remember how long into his life we had to put him down, but it was probably less than a year. He ended up with a prolapsed rectum. It was really sad. And then we got Creamsicle to kind of replace him out in the barn, and Creamsicle didn't want to live with us. She ran away. She didn't even stick around for more than 3 months. And then in 1995, I got Patch. We went to a farm for a field trip in kindergarten, and I just fell in love with this adorable white kitten that had a black patch around its eye, and I had to make her mine. So I told Mom about her, and we came back to the farm and picked her up and took her home, and she was a great cat for many years. She got to live indoors. And then tragically in 1999, Smokey got kicked in the jaw by one of the horses and broke his jaw, and my mom was actually really mad because the vet wouldn't put him down, and she had to feed him through a syringe, and we just had a really rough time keeping him well nourished, and he ended up passing away. And then somewhere in 1999 we got Cuddles, and she was really funny. She would like crawl between the screen and the window while we were eating dinner, and she'd crawl up the glass. It always made us laugh so hard. But unfortunately, for the winter of Christmas break, Cuddles crawled up into the engine bay of the truck, and my mom didn't know about it, and we unfortunately found him by the school. He came out of the engine bay, and he was in really bad shape, and we had to put him down. It sucked. I was in like the 3rd grade, and it was right before Christmas, and I cried a lot. And then Karen got to be 18 years old when we had to put her down, and it was in 2008. We were getting ready for my graduation party, and our friend's dog lunged towards her, and I was actually in between the dog and the cat, and I was trying to hold both the cat and the dog off of each other, but I couldn't keep them apart, and then the dog lunged for the cat, and I pushed the dog off the cat, and unfortunately Karen broke her leg, but being 18, there was not much we could do for her. She was gonna be in a lot of pain, and her bones weren't gonna heal properly, so we chose to put her down. And then Maya, who I'm drawing in this picture, I got her for graduation from my boyfriend at the time, and she was a cute little kitten that I fell in love with, the mother cat, and that he had, and the neighbor girl, when he went to go pick her up to bring her to my place, was sticking her in a puddle, and he really wanted me to name her Puddles, but I was super into Initial D at the time, and one of the characters in Initial D's name was Maya, so I really wanted to name her Maya. And then I had to go off to college in 2009, and one day I got a call from my mother saying that we had to put Patch down, and it was really sad. I had that cat so long, and she made me laugh, and she made me she was just she cuddled up all the time and was just such a very sweet cat, but she went into organ failure and we had to put her down. But it was rough, but it was her time to go. Really good micer, and she was always catching mice and leaving dead mice for us at her feet, and we would sit outside and she'd come sit on our lap, but heaven forbid we pick her up. She did not want to be picked up. She wanted to be pet, and she wanted to sit on your lap at her choice. And then I moved to Wisconsin, away from Ohio, and convinced my now husband to let me get a cat, and her name is Arrow. She is a long-haired cat, and she is very little. She doesn't weigh much more than 6 or 7 pounds, and she's very, very tiny cat. Very sweet, very docile. And then for our wedding, my friend Michelle got me Enzo. And Enzo is a very big cat. He weighs 24 pounds. He's a Norwegian forest cat, and he is a big ball of fluff. But he is a sassy one. If you get him too riled up, he will get you, and he'll claw you, and it sucks. He got me just the other day and drew blood on me. So, gotta keep his claws trimmed. And then, unfortunately, earlier this year, actually last year now, in December, we had to put Maya down, which is why I ended up painting Maya here. She had a carcinoma. Let me look that up. Carcinoma on her nose, and it was taking over her respiratory system, and it was her time to go, and it was really sad. She was a 10-year-old cat. She still would have had good life left in her, but she wasn't reacting at all to antibiotics, so it was definitely cancer, and we didn't want to watch her suffer, so we put her down. And now I cherish all the time that I have with my 2 cats, Arrow and Enzo, and they're great cats. Enzo's just a little sassy sometimes. Real quick, comment down below if you can figure out the correlation between Arrow and Enzo. First person to get it will win a free artwork. You might have noticed early on in this painting that in the line art, there's a big jump. And that's because I completed this painting completely and then scrapped it and started over and redrew a new line art over the old line art and then completely redid everything. And I really like how the fur turned out this time. Last time it was just really waxy looking, and it didn't look good, and it was not something I could call myself proud of making, so I scrapped it and started from scratch and redid all of it because I was not proud of it at all. And that happens sometimes with art, but I'm a very much so a baby digital artist, and every time I mess up and have to start over, I learn something, and I certainly learned something this time around, and I made a painting of my cat that I can be really proud of. And here is the finished product. I really like how it turned out, and it's a good way to cherish that memory of Maya. And thank you all to my patrons who make this channel possible, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye!
This is Enzo. He's the sassy one.
This is Arrow. She's the little one. And I doubt I'll get her to look at the camera because I never can. But isn't she cute? Oh, there she goes.